Hey boys and girls, and welcome to another PUBG video. I really wanted to start things better off in 2021 than 2020 ended, because I know I haven't been uploading any videos in quite a while. I do have some series like the Tatfnip series and the 1 Minute Win series. I'm not quite sure what to do with those. I do have some new plans for 2021 and future videos, we'll just see how it plays out in the coming months, who knows. But enough of this fucking lame ass intro. Let's get started with today's video. And today's video, I'm thinking about just counting down the top 5 game-changing updates for PUBG. And let's start with number 5. This was the introduction of a long-awaited feature that was originally introduced in PUBG Mobile. I'm of course talking about the auto attachments. Now, before this was implemented in PUBG, if you wanted to switch weapons from say a SCAR to an M4, you had to unequip every attachment you had in your gun before switching, and then equip each attachment again to your new gun. Now, there was a shortcut when doing this by holding down the Alt key and right clicking, but this would cause a lot of headache. When you add in a full backpack and you're sitting next to a dead body, these attachments would just drop on the ground instead of your backpack, and then you have to scroll all the way down, and let's face it, you can end up dead just because of it. Now, the community's just been screaming about it. Please just fucking bring us this auto attachment, because it was in the PUBG Mobile and not in the PC version, so why would it be any difference? And finally PUBG brought it to life, so yay. So number 5 on this list have been a thing that the community have been asking for quite a while, but number 4 is not that kind of thing, and this is the gas cans. Now, for long the gas cans have just been there. It was so rarely picked up that you could think your eyes just filter them out of existence, because the only use it had was to fuel your vehicles. But vehicles, they spawn with fuel, so unless you landed in, I don't know, Nobo, you have to drive to freaking Sarki, why bother? PUBG had some plans though. First, they made them explosive. 5 shots. Then they made it so you could pour out the gas, you know, just setting up the perfect camping spot to just set fire to those aggressive players rushing your compound. If you were really good, you could even throw them at your enemies. Safe to say, gas cans actually got worth picking up, and not just for the memes. Yes, I'm looking at you, Benjoy. Now we're moving into the podium, number 3, and this is the moving while healing. Now this was actually kind of a big one, but it still only comes in at the number 3 spot. Now PUBG is supposed to be like a semi-realistic battle royale, but something they missed from the start was the ability to move while healing. Now say you're in a 1v1, and you're both taking cover behind a tree or a stone or something. If you got shot and you had to heal, wouldn't you want to be able to move around your cover, you know, in case your enemy is flanking you? Of course you do. That just wasn't the case back in the early days of PUBG. Yes, you had a very small area around you could just wiggle around in, but not nearly enough to move away from someone flanking you. And if you should be so unlucky to move just an inch too much, it would cancel the whole action. Let's just say, if you never tried PUBG before this got fixed, wow, consider yourself lucky, dude. And in the second place we got the throwables balance. Now, there have been numerous small fixes and tweaks to throwables, but the major one came with the weight of the frag grenades. Because, let's be honest dude, it was completely broken. Every single player ran around with at least 5 or 6 grenades. They made so much damage. If you first managed to pin someone down, he was toast. You didn't even have to hit in his area. Just 5-meter radius, he would be dead. Fuglet even made a video where he won the game by like throwing 18 grenades at the poor dude. It was just ridiculous. Now, with the much needed nerf to grenades, they also made some changes to the other throwables, like the Molotov and the stun grenades, just to make them more viable in combat. Fire from the Molotov would spread more, and the more Molotovs you threw at the same place, the bigger the fire and damage. Stun grenades also became more effective, both with how the flash blinded and deafened the enemy, and reducing the time it detonated when bouncing in the walls, making this a must when rushing enemies, or just, camping. This changed the meta of the game completely away from just spamming grenades, so this deserves a spot on the second place. But the biggest change to the game, and I don't think you can argue with this one, if you want, just comment below, but this is of course the ledge grabbing. I kinda wanted to include vaulting into this too, but seeing that came out 1.5 years earlier, I would say ledge grab have to sit on the number 1 alone. Now let me first start by explaining why, because you might not be one of those who played PUBG back in 2017. When PUBG was in early access in 2017, you couldn't jump through windows and over high fences. If you couldn't jump over it, you simply had to walk around. And yes, you could do like the hacky jump crouch move where you have to jump and crouch at the same time. You can still do it actually. You can land inside the window frame. It required a lot of practice and timing. For example, you could simply pin a guy down, but just because you knew he couldn't get away from one spot without running to the only door or the only exit nearby. And I know this sounds like I'm arguing for vaulting to be on this list as well, but just hear me out. Because when ledge grab came to PUBG, it became even more unpredictable where enemies run off to or hide. Enemies could be everywhere. I mean, on every rooftop imaginable. Especially fighting in Pachinki was like completely changed. It was just broken. Well, not broken, but you know what I mean. It opened up so many possibilities. I'm willing to bet there is still an unexplored playable rooftop somewhere to this date. So there you have it guys, this is my list of the top 5 game-changing updates to PUBG. If you disagree on anything, feel free to comment below, give it a thumbs up if you want me to do more videos like this, and subscribe to the channel, or I will throw a green F grenade in your underpants. See ya.